Before we start programming with ComfyUI workflow and Python, we have ensure that ComfyUI server is running locally. After that we can start programming by using Visual Studio Coding. Here I will share with you the details how I did that. Here I made one directory named text to image app, and under that its standard folder to run one HTML website, which you used to get by using any standard coding format. HTML file template is linked with CSS and JavaScript. Let's navigate the CSS file and JS file. It's a normal CSS file. I will provide the entire project after this 4 episodes video, and you can enjoy full stack AI code. Watch the code CSS and JS coding part before I dive into Python coding part. JS file is also very simple. Few lines of code, that's all. Watch it carefully, you will understand it. Before I proceed to the index file, let's close the folders so it's not make any confusion. I used a Flux workflow here which will be also attached with the project code. Here is main index.html file where user can type prompt and click on generate button, and it will pass the prompt text to backend Python program, and Python program will call the workflow JSON API formatted file and send the request to ComfyUI local server port 8188 and execute the workflow to generate images. I used Google login authentication here, for which code is little bit lengthy. You have to create a directory first, and then you can create an environment file to install dependencies locally so it's not make any problem with other version of Python. Create a .env file to store API keys and other secret keys. I can't show my original .env file, but I provided a sample .env file with project code which will help you understand. So far easy, right? I also provide the requirements.txt file which you need to run. Step-by-step guide I will add in a README file with this project code so installation and run will be hassle-free. You if encounter any problem while installing dependencies, then you can remove the version no also and follow the installation process from the begin again. Let's navigate the workflow.json API formatted file and check how it looks like and where to pass the value for text prompt. Workflow is not big, and workflow file API formatted will be included with the project. So it's easy for you. You can run this JSON file from ComfyUI workflow area also. Let's check out where to pass value in this JSON file. In the top of this workflow there is a class type named clip text encode, and under that there is field named text where the prompt for this workflow value passed to generate the image. So while writing Python code we have to use this class name and field name to send value to this API formatted JSON file and send the request via Python programming to ComfyUI server. So let's check the code of main Python file name app.py first. I will explain the code part by part here. Importing necessary libraries. At the beginning of the script, several Python libraries are imported. Additionally, custom modules such as user_management handle user-related database operations, and workflow 1 manages the workflow for image generation. Auth_lib for OAuth authentication are also included. Directories for storing output images and static videos are defined. The script ensures that the directory for storing videos exists by creating it if necessary. The main code for generate image is here. You can try this code part and can implement in any project in future only by changing class name and field name. There is another Python file named workflow1.py which imported in the beginning of the project. This highlighted part can be also used if you want to avoid Google authentication. There is many way of modify and run the code. Let's check the another Python file where class name and field name is used for get the value from HTML front end, pass it to backend server and send the request to ComfyUI server port. Here is the workflow1.py code. It's right in the same fashion, importing required libraries first and set the output folder of ComfyUI where generated images will be stored. It's the default output directory for local ComfyUI. Then set the database if any user management system you want to maintain. It's necessary to open ComfyUI server connection via WebSocket for ComfyUI local port 8188. Then it will send the queue for generate the image to ComfyUI server port. If you run any ComfyUI workflow from work area of ComfyUI, it's also generate a queue. It's same. Next part of the code is generate the image from workflow file by using the text prompt value that you will get from HTML web page. While generating the image, ComfyUI server do many things in the back and finally process the image by a node named KSampler. This part of the code will show the progress of KSampler. I used this part of the code for debugging purpose. You can comment this part of the code if you want. For the beginner I will suggest to keep this one and use some JavaScript in the front end to show some animation message like generating image. Last two part of the code is show the image in content placeholder of index.html front end from ComfyUI output folder. I wrote a code logic where every time it will search for last generated image checked by timestamp. This part of the code is loading the workflow to pass the text prompt value in the backend. Last part of the code is the most important because here we wrote the code for using class name of the workflow with the field name to pass the front-end value get from user to backend via this code part. You can add many fields here and send the value for the other workflow fields. In my next few episodes of the advanced video I will show you how to create video by using CogVideo workflow using Python. Wait for 1 week, it will be published. If you like my channel, don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. Let's run the code and see how it's work. Now code already generated port 5000 locally. Open the link and watch the website how it looks and work. Looks cool, right? Now I will copy paste some of my existing Flux prompt to get the results. I will try 2-3 prompts and show you how backend and frontend working together locally. In the future video I will show you how to connect your local machine as a server to publish and connect it with this website and give access to other and help them to learn and enjoy this kind of workflows. So sit back, relax and enjoy the rest of the process with background music. If you want more professional video like this, don't forget to watch the full video and subscribe this channel. Thank you for watching.